Welcome to the 2026 Connecticut AdWars Clown the Vote campaign. I'm Jim Flannery, and the following presentation is completely unrelated to Jimmy Flannery's campaign to become governor of Connecticut. As much as some might wish that he'd be giving this presentation, if you've seen the campaign speech he delivered, you'd know the man cannot be trusted with addressing an audience. Before we make the assumption that the mere mention of Jimmy Flannery's campaign is to somehow imply that this presentation is nothing more than a deliberate attempt to bring attention to the fact that forced electroshock treatment is still both legal and prevalent in the state of Connecticut, I must forewarn you, there is a far graver matter at hand that must be dealt with first: low voter turnout. That's right, 56% of Connecticut residents who are of legal age to vote in the last election of a governor did not participate, despite a combined campaign ad spend of over $40 million between the two leading candidates. So as far as anyone's concerned, we are concerned with the following question: can we increase Connecticut's voter turnout? How? Not a problem, since 56% of people who are of age to vote in Connecticut's last election unequivocally voted for nobody. And Jimmy fucking Flannery is a giant fucking nobody. Coincidentally, Jimmy Flannery's platform states that he'll veto every bill presented to him, empowering the government to operate essentially as if there were no governor. So either these folks are going to vote for nobody, or they just might vote for our nobody. How do you reach all 1.6 million of Connecticut's non-voters who are over the age of 18? The least efficient way possible, by smothering all 3.6 million of their residents with clown love of the criminally annoying variety. All right, the following is data derived from a pilot test for a 200-day, $40 million ad spend distributed to deliver an equal number of ad displays to each user across each platform each day. Again, just a little pilot test, mileage may vary at scale. I know, I too am a bit disappointed in the numbers. 1.56 displays per platform per person per day for 200 days just doesn't feel like nearly enough smothering. However, if one limits oneself to asking for the same combined $40 million ad spend of the two leading candidates from the previous gubernatorial election, one can effortlessly avoid being perceived as mentally ill. As for what is possible beyond $40 million, only a person of great delusion would even waste their time considering such a grandiose ambition. Now, before you even say it, how can you run political ads on all these platforms? Who said anything about running political ads? Not to say I don't appreciate that you immediately associate Jimmy Flannery's big mug showing up all over people's screens in Connecticut all day, every day, for 200 days with his gubernatorial campaign, but Jimmy Flannery is more than just a candidate for governor. The man has a life outside of political theater. In fact, as I understand it, he's negotiating a deal as we speak with Flantascience Corp. To promote a line of cannabis-infused cosmetics for clowns and clowns-to-be. High Times Magazine, where are you with their interview on cannabis-induced psychosis and schizophrenia? So, let's not get distracted by Jimmy Flannery's clowntastic cosmetics deal, or his gubernatorial campaign, or his feelings about forced electroshock treatment, and wrap this presentation up by returning our focus to the true matter at hand: increasing voter turnout in Connecticut. To ensure our experiment, if you want to dismiss its brilliance with assigning a human word to it, is as real as magic itself, we need verification. And we have it. First, after Election Day this year, we can verify if an increased number of individuals voted in the 2026 gubernatorial election relative to 2022. And second, we can verify if the increased voter turnout drives the state's legislators to pass a bill to end forced electroshock treatment by the end of Jimmy Flannery's term in January 2031. And that's that. Thanks in advance for being a part of our frivolous little experiment in domestic art terrorism. Thank you for your time.